But I would have been boom, boom, boom up.
Whenever I see Republicans talk tough, it makes me laugh. Whether it's Trump's campaign manager threatening this young man.
So Donald Trump's campaign manager just threatened me on social media. I'm not joking. In response to the immunity decision from the Supreme Court this morning, I said on Twitter, according to the Supreme Court, Biden can now send in SEAL Team 6 to take them all out. He could send in the military to take out Trump. He has immunity for official acts now. And I guess the Trump campaign didn't like that very much because Trump's campaign manager, Chris LaCivita, responded to me by saying, expect a visit. Now, what do you think that means? Is the Trump campaign threatening me with a visit? Are they saying they're going to send their guys to my house to try to keep me quiet so I won't advocate against their candidate? Is that what he's implying here? You know, I'm just using my First Amendment rights to tell them how awful their candidate is. But of course, the Trump campaign doesn't believe in all that. Trump said he wants to be a dictator on day one. This really is the perfect summary of the Trump campaign. Their candidate is so terrible that they have to resort to tactics like this.
Or this portly cheeseball pretending he's Patrick Henry.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow. It's not going to happen like you think it's going to happen.
The Republican Party are snowflakes. It's comical. Spineless little boys pretending they're Batman and Robin. And this next guy's definitely Robin.
That we are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
It should be noted that Bannon couldn't do the War Room show because he's in jail, trading cigarettes for an uneventful shower.
I don't know that the public would stand it. I'm not sure the public would stand for it. With a,
if they tried house arrest or
I think it would be tough for the public to take. At a certain point, there's a breaking point.
The public, the greater public, could definitely stand seeing Trump in prison. See, Trump's hardcore base of cholesterol-challenged wife beaters is not a large number. If Trump goes to jail, what are they going to do? Bake a cake with a file in it? Trump would eat the file. And they are less than 10% of the U.S. population. And while they talk game, they have nothing. That doesn't mean other threats should be taken lightly. There are violent white supremacists and Christian nationalists who are armed and dangerous. And while we have the FBI and law enforcement, they can be held in check. But Trump and his hillbilly allies' first plan is to restructure the federal government, including dismantling the FBI. And Trump will follow through.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all. And corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled, so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. We will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption.
That is crazy!
The people Donnie Diapers is talking about are the backbone of our nation's success and safety. Bureaucrat is not a four-letter word. These are my mother and my sisters. My mother worked for the Justice Department her whole life, and my sisters worked for the federal government and were teachers. They are now Trump's targets, and here are the cowardly ass ponies trying to frighten Americans with talk of revenge and violence. This guy, Ivan Raiklin, works with Michael Flynn, the convicted felon pardoned by Trump. Flynn was a general who wanted Tiny Fingers to declare martial law and seize the voting machines. He took an oath and betrayed it. This guy said it on tape.
I have a deep state target list, and I'm coming for all of them. And what does that mean when I say coming for all of them? It means the most legal, moral, and ethical consequences to the maximum, to include the maximum punishment for treason. I personally guarantee that they're going to face those consequences. And you can take a look at that list. Expect to see live stream swatting raids of every single individual on that deep state target list, because the precedence has already been set. There's 80,000 of us that are ready, willing, and able, in order to be deputized by appropriate sheriffs throughout the country, to be participants as lawful deputies to conduct the live stream swatting raids of every single person that we can identify that conducted the necessary unlawful activity by county on my deep state target list. The individuals that I mentioned are the enemy of our constitutional order. We're coming for them maximally. And how we're coming for them is because we are engaging with counties and states in order to crush them. It's legal, moral, ethical. I said it was peaceful and patriotic. It may not be peaceful for them, but for me, it'll be peaceful.
What a pussy. He and Flynn betrayed their country. They talk about revolutions because they're failures in the very country that defeated their ilk before, as we must again. The violent rhetoric from the MAGA Republican Party is coming from these incel creeps, whispering and scheming like 12-year-old boys sneaking out of the house. And sociopath, psychopath Trump will use them to tear down the safeguards and attempt to root out all dissents. And while his redneck army acts tough, are they tough enough for the U.S. military?
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
I mean, Trump and his Waffle House army are saying it out loud. They're talking about killing people. What fucking else do you need? Trump wants a military tribunal for Liz Cheney. He wants to charge her with treason. This is real. Whether you're a Republican who decided to vote with your checkbook or just sit on your hands, or you are a Democrat who is unwilling to do what needs doing to win, this is all about to become very real.
The people that will be on the list know who they are. You see McCabe wetting himself.
Trump has named individuals he wants to investigate or prosecute. Those people include former Chief of Staff John Kelly, former Attorney General Bill Barr, former Attorney Ty Cobb, former Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Mark Milley.
It's a terrible, terrible path that they're leading us to, and it's very possible that it's going to happen to them.
Trump's first term was littered with Republicans who thought they could control a psychopath. Tillerson, Kelly, Madison, Esper, they gasped at Trump's insanity, but none of them stopped him. McConnell is on Trump's list now, along with Pence, for not stopping the vote count. Where are their voices? This is not a movie. It's real. And every day we Netflix and chill, these rats are tunneling underneath us, ready to bring it all down. Trump is mentally ill and getting worse, but the forces behind him, the Michael Flynn's and the Stephen Millers and the Steve Bannons, are sharpening their knives. They're getting ready. And what are we doing?
Alyssa Farah Griffin, who was Trump's communications director, posted yesterday and said that you were present at a moment when Trump suggested executing the person who leaked information that he went to the White House bunker when those George Floyd protests were happening outside the White House. Do you remember that?
I remember him being very mad about that. I actually don't remember him saying executing, but I wouldn't dispute it.
Mark Twain once said, it's not what you don't know that hurts you, it's what you know for sure that just ain't so. And here's that. The U.S. is not an impenetrable fortress or even a venerable, respected icon. Not anymore. We're 350 million people who have no idea how vulnerable the whole thing is, how shallow the water is. But should we give Trump another chance, he will bring it home on us like we've never seen. We left our independence in the car with the engine running, and now it's gone. But when you call 911, will anyone answer?
Who's with me?
Hi, what's up?
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, right.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
I think he's crazy.
I'm Chip Franklin.